Hi everyone, welcome back to Yuck Orange Analysis. If you couldn't tell by the title and my clothes, we're looking at Pride and Prejudice. Let's just get into it. Directed by Joe Wright, Pride and Prejudice dives into England's history. The film follows the Bennet family, a household with 5 daughters whose main purpose in society is to get married into a rich family for security. The film showcases the societal norms and how different they are compared to contemporary society. In today's video, we'll watch 3 scenes and analyze how the historical setting influences the scene and the characters. The first scene we'll watch is when the family talks about Mr. Bingley, an aristocrat, coming to the ball. The scene starts with the girls pushed up against the door, trying to hear their parents talk about Mr. Bingley, a rich, single man. This excitement across the girls shows how the main way to have a secure and prospective future was to be married, especially to a rich household during 19th century England. Lizzie proves that looks don't particularly matter when responding to her sister Kitty's question if Mr. Bingley is handsome, saying,
With 5,000 a year, it would not matter if he had warts and a leer.
Who's got warts?
I will give my...
making a rather comedic scene for the audience because of the difference from modern English. We also see the importance of balls at the time, seeing the excitement the girls experience when they hear that Mr. Bingley will be attending, as balls are the main and ideal place to find a partner. This short but high-energy interaction the family has at the start of the film clearly shows the audience both the importance of marriage and formal conventions in the 19th century. The next scene we'll look at is Mr. Collins' proposal to Lizzie. The first glaring note I can make of this scene is that Mr. Collins is Lizzie's cousin, and everyone seems relatively okay with that fact, only awkward about it because of his peculiar personality. This scene further shows the importance of marriage in this culture, as we see Mr. Bennet give a regretful look to Lizzie. This look showing his disapproval of the possible marriage, but knowing that it is the best decision for the family because then they could keep their family home and their daughter could have a more secure life. Once Mr. Collins and Lizzie are alone, we see how women's opinions were neglected at this time. Lizzie is very clearly uncomfortable, but Mr. Collins doesn't seem to notice or doesn't seem to care about her disapproval, cutting her off and not truly listening to what she says until she has to raise her voice. I mean, look at his eyes. He's not even looking at her while she talks. From this scene, we learn that in this time, women's personal opinions were unimportant, especially in the case of marriage. The final scene we'll look at is when Charlotte, a close friend of Lizzie, accepts Mr. Collins' marriage proposal just days later from the second scene. This scene is shot in a way that shows the 2 girls disagree on the topic of marriage, having them cut in different shots rather than one scene with both of them together. This scene is particularly interesting because Charlotte opens up to Lizzie about how being 27 with no money or prospects is disgraceful to her parents, revealing that marriage is something ideally done at a younger age, sometimes younger than today's expectations. Charlotte exposes a harsh truth of that time, that not all of us, the middle class, can afford to be a romantic. This scene, and especially that line, really stick with the audience, or at least me, showing that living happy in a loving marriage and living safely and healthy do not go hand in hand, and that true love was a luxury for most. This film is a great view on 19th century England, especially focusing on the importance of marrying into a wealthy family for the sake of financial protection and not exactly for the sake of love. The first scene shows us how exciting the idea of getting married was. The second scene shows us how a woman's opinion wasn't treated with much respect in this century. And the final scene shows us that it was common to have marriages without love and rather for security. These scenes impact the audience in a way that can be both comedic with Mr. Collins and profound when close friends fall out over the topic of marriage. Alright guys, that was the end of my Pride and Prejudice analysis. I hope you liked as usual. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!